Στην ετήσια Γενική και Εκλογική Συνέλευση της Εθνικής Κυπριακής Ομοσπονδίας. Με μεγάλη μας χαρά βλέπουμε και μέλη των σωματείων εκτός από τους αντιπροσώπους. Πάντοτε τους καλωσορίζουμε και χαιρόμαστε να είναι και να συμμετέχουν στις συνεδριάσεις. Βεβαίως, όταν θα φτάσουμε στη ψηφοφορία, ψήφο θα έχουν μόνο οι εξουσιοδοτημένοι αντιπρόσωποι του κάθε σωματείου. Εάν κάποιο σωματείο καθυστερεί ακόμα τις συνδρομές τους, έχει 4-5 σωματεία που δεν έχουν καταβάλει τη συνδρομή τους, μπορούν να την πληρώσουν τώρα και θα ψηφίσουν σύμφωνα παραδοσιακά όπως έκαναμε και τα προηγούμενα χρόνια. Οι αντιπρόσωποι των σωματείων είναι όλοι εδώ και μετά την συνεδρίαση, μετά τον απολογισμό του Προέδρου και την ταμιακή έκθεση, θα καλέσουμε τους εξουσιοδοτημένους αντιπροσώπους των σωματείων να πάρουν το ψηφοδέλτιο για να ψηφίσουν. Ο Πρόεδρος σε λίγο θα αρχίσει τη διαδικασία της Γενικής Συνέλευσης.
Good evening, everybody. The first order of business is to elect a committee that will run us through the business of the AGM. The agenda and minutes have all been circulated electronically, so you should have those with you tonight. So, the first nominations we need are for the 5-member election committee that will run our agenda tonight. We need individuals on this committee who are not candidates for the election. Okay, we need a nomination firstly for the president of that committee. Okay? Christodule, congratulations. We now need 4 other individuals to be on the committee. And that concludes my business chairing. I now hand over to the committee to take us through the agenda. Building deeper partnerships with other diasporas here in the UK. I'm pleased to report that on both these issues we're well on our way, although there's a lot more to do. So on behalf of the Secretariat, I would like to give you all a quick update across those 2 dimensions. A more comprehensive list of the Federation's activities has already been circulated in both Greek and English, so I'm just going to focus on the highlights in my speech, if I may. Firstly, in terms of engaging our parliamentary friends and influencers with new ways, as we all know, the British government plays a significant role in the ongoing negotiations to reunite the island, but also, as we've seen most recently with Turkey's illegal incursion into Cyprus's EEZ last week, shaping the broader British and European and global response to Turkish aggression in Cyprus. So over the last 2 years, we've continued our work in Parliament, raising the profile of the Cyprus issue and putting Cyprus and our community on the map in Parliament. In the last 2 years, I think we've proven that when we act collectively and make our voice heard, we can have an impact. Last year, we launched a new form of online campaigning to amplify the voice of our diaspora, and it has delivered real results. Our first ever e-campaign followed Turkey's illegal actions in Cyprus's EEZ last year and led to 3,000 emails and letters being sent to the FCO in 3 weeks, a meeting with Sir Alan Duncan, who had previously been unavailable to meet with the community for as long as he was in post as Europe Minister, and an open letter from the Europe Minister saying that they wanted to see exploration go ahead. Now, whilst the Minister's statement did not go as far as we would have wanted, there was a shift in the stated policy of the British government. We'd never seen wording before saying that they wanted to see exploration go ahead. We built on this solid foundation in July with our Hands Off Cyprus campaign that saw 41% of MPs receiving emails from constituents and calling for Turkey to take its hands off Cyprus. We managed to find Cypriots across the UK, from Aberdeen to Exeter, to send these emails, and as a result, individual Conservative MPs, the Labour Party, the Lib Dems, and the Greens issued statements calling for the abolition of guarantees and removal of foreign troops. Statements that we had not seen before from these parties. Now, there's more work to do as far as the government is concerned, but the fact that we now have the opposition in a united position as far as guarantees and troops is concerned is a big step forward. 45 years after Turkey invaded Cypriot soil with its tanks and soldiers, they are now, currently, invading Cypriot waters with drill ships and warships. Turkey has once again shown its true intentions as far as Cyprus is concerned, and we need all your help raising awareness amongst MPs and making this a political issue. Therefore, this year's Hands Off Cyprus campaign not only focuses on the 45th anniversary of the invasion, but Turkey's most recent illegal incursion into Cyprus's EEZ. Now, I should say that to date, we have already received a statement from the Labour Party publicly condemning what Turkey has done and calling for the removal of Turkish ships. Individual Conservative MPs, Theresa Villiers, Matthew Offord, to name a few, have come out condemning Turkey's actions. And the Foreign Affairs spokesman of the SNP has also written to the Foreign Secretary calling for Turkey to withdraw its ships in the UK to take a firmer position. But with your help, there's a lot more that we can do. There are laptops at the back of the room and iPads, and I would encourage each of you to take the time when we're counting the votes to send an email to your MP and forward the link to your friends and family and encourage them to do the same. The link is cypriotfederation.org.uk/MP, and of course you can share it via mobile and WhatsApp. Last weekend I was in Birmingham with Christo, Adrian, Chriso, Anastasia and Steph promoting the campaign at the annual May Day celebration, and Adrian has been dutifully visiting student associations at the University of East London, Essex, Lancaster and Swansea, and so far we've already sent 322 emails to 88 MPs, so that's 14% of MPs. We haven't even started the campaign yet, and this is what we've managed to do. So we need your help to amplify it and make it bigger. In addition to our online campaigning, we've continued to strengthen the membership of the All-Party Parliamentary Group for Cyprus to around 30 MPs, working very closely with Sir Roger Gale. The Federation, as you know, is the official secretariat for the APPG, so we run its activities throughout the course of the year. That includes lunches with visiting Cypriot government ministers, our parliament event, talks, private briefings, one-to-ones, etc. Last year at the annual parliament event, we had 14 MPs in attendance, and amongst those the Commonwealth Minister, Lord Ahmed. This year's Parliament event will be held on Tuesday, the 16th of July in the Grand Committee Room. The Foreign Minister of Cyprus, Mr. Nikos Christodoulidis, will be the guest speaker. And as it's a significant milestone representing the 45th anniversary of the Turkish invasion, I hope you will all attend and be present. There is also now an established Conservative Friends of Cyprus group, as well as a newly established Labour Friends of Cyprus group. As a federation, we will, of course, continue to work closely with these groups and to ensure a coordinated approach and message on the Cyprus issue, which we need now more than ever before through the APPG for Cyprus. We've also had considerable success through effective mobilisation and social media campaigning and more traditional letter writing over the last 2 years. We contacted 18 universities that were due to present at a careers fair in the occupied part of Cyprus and managed to persuade 3 of them to withdraw. We've also managed to persuade the University of Manchester from hosting a speaker event with Ozosai, the so-called in his capacity as the so-called TRNC foreign minister, or at least until yesterday. We have contacted 14 publications and persuaded 2 of them not to rerun adverts for the occupied part of Cyprus. And after I gave evidence to the Foreign Secretary's review on Christian persecution on behalf of the community, we managed to ensure that the interim review that was published last week accurately captured what Turkey's doing in the occupied northern part of Cyprus, the destruction of churches, cemeteries, and also disruption of church services. And for an FCO report, it was the first time that we started seeing language about the occupied part of Cyprus explicitly. The conclusions and recommendations of the report we published in July, so we await to see what happens there. These are just a few of the highlights and successes over the last 2 years, and of course this was interspersed with regular contact, briefings, discussions with other MPs as well. I hope this goes to show what we can achieve when we have a unity of purpose and act collectively. Over the next 2 years, we need to build on this platform and continue enhancing our parliamentary network, continuing to modernise our campaigning and ensuring that Cyprus remains on the political agenda, especially given the turbulent times ahead. As a federation, campaigning to end the Turkish occupation and reunite Cyprus must be at our core. However, as our diaspora matures, we must also increasingly ensure that we are representing the interests of our community here in the UK. For example, the Federation has played an active role in the Brexit debate. We had a survey of our community back in October, asked for its opinion, and based on those results, took a policy decision to campaign for Remain in the event of a confirmatory referendum. Now, whilst we've always been very close to the Greek diaspora here in the UK, we've also begun to develop deep partnerships with other diaspora communities, including the Jewish, Egyptian, Armenian, and Kurdish diasporas. And over the last 2 years, we hosted a joint reception with the Board of Deputies of British Jews and the Foreign Minister of Cyprus. We hosted the Nostos 2 programme that brought together Egyptian, Greek and Cypriot diasporas here in the UK. And in the last 2 months, I've attended the annual World Congress of the Jewish Agency in Israel and represented Cyprus at an EU27 summit in Romania. As a federation, we must continue building on these relationships where we have common interests, both to advance the interests of our UK Cypriot community as well as Cyprus. Finally, on behalf of the whole team, I'd like to express our thanks and gratitude to our excellent High Commissioner, Consul General, and all the team at the High Commission, our Archbishop, the Greek Ambassador, the President of Cyprus, Foreign Minister, Government Spokesman, and Presidential Commissioner of the Republic of Cyprus. I would like to thank them for their staunch and steadfast support over the last 2 years. They've stood by our side when we needed it most and ensured a direct and open access. Indeed, we've been privileged to host the President of Cyprus for working dinners on 2 occasions, as well as many other government ministers over the last 2 years. I would also like to thank our partners in the media who've continued to support and cover our events, Parikyakia, Hellenic TV, RIK and LGR. Finally, I would like to express our collective deep gratitude to our executive team at the Federation. They are the ones who keep the Federation going day in, day out. So our Executive Secretary, or Dad, as I sometimes refer to him, Christo and Adrian, who have really helped to modernise what we do here. So I think we should all give them a big round of applause. So that's a rundown of our activities over the last 2 years. I'd like to leave you with 2 thoughts as we continue to build on this foundation, if you're willing to once again put your faith in me and re-elect me as your president. Firstly, we need to build on these foundations, continue securing friends in Parliament and outside, crucially, and continuing to drive real policy changes here in the UK. And secondly, with the growing proportion of second and third generation Cypriots in the UK, we must continue adding new strategic dimensions to our work as a federation that will both complement our work on the Cyprus issue as well as bring the diaspora closer. These are by no means easy challenges. However, I'm confident as a team we can address them. Thank you.
15 μέρες ακριβώς πριν από τη λήξη της προθεσμίας υποβλήθηκαν 36 υποψηφιότητες για 30 θέσεις της Γραμματείας. Εμείς απόψε από αυτούς τους 36 θα εκλέξουμε τους 30. Σύμφωνα με το καταστατικό της Ομοσπονδίας, το κάθε μέλος δικαιούται να ψηφίσει 80% των υποψηφίων. 80% μίνιμουμ. Το μίνιμουμ λοιπόν είναι 24 από τους 30. Επομένως, οποιοδήποτε μέλος δικαιούται να ψηφίσει από 24 μέχρι 30. Παραπάνω άτομα ή λιγότερα θα καταστήσουν το ψηφοδέλτιο άκυρο. Επειδή υπάρχουν νέα άτομα και χαιρόμαστε γι' αυτό, θα διαβάσω τα ονόματα των υποψηφίων και παρακαλώ να σταθείτε για να σας δουν και να σας γνωρίσουν οι άλλοι. Να πω ότι για την νεολαία το καταστατικό προβλέπει την εκλογή από όλους εμάς 7 μελών της νεολαίας, οι οποίοι θα έχουν ακριβώς τα ίδια δικαιώματα με τα μέλη της γραμματείας. Και η γραμματεία από 30 θα γίνει 37. Και σε αυτή θα προσθεθούν ακόμα 3 άτομα, τα οποία θα ορίσει η νεολαία της Παγκόσμιας Ομοσπονδίας Αποδήμων Κυπρίων. Η ΝΕΠΟΜΑΚ, η νεολαία μας, θα ορίσει άλλα 3 άτομα. Επομένως, η νεολαία, δεν ξέρω πώς τα κατάφερε, έχει 6 υποψηφίους. Επομένως, από την νεολαία ανακηρύσσονται και οι 6 ως εκλεγμένοι και μετά από αυτόν, όταν θα εκλέξουμε προέδρους, αντιπροέδρους κτλ., θα μπορούν να λάβουν μέρος και αυτοί και να ψηφίσουν. Σε αυτή τη διαδικασία όμως τώρα, και τους λόγους τους συζητήσαμε πολλές φορές, δεν λαμβάνουν μέρος. Τα 3 μέλη της ΝΕΠΟΜΑΚ λαμβάνουν μέρος όμως, της ΝΕΠΟΜΑΚ. Οι 7 όχι. Από τα σωματεία εκτός Λονδίνου έχουμε απόφαση ότι όσοι είναι εκτός Λονδίνου αντιπρόσωποι δικαιούνται όποια νύχτα θέλουν την τελευταία Πέμπτη του μηνός να έρχονται και να λαμβάνουν μέρος στις συνεδρίες. Στείλαμε επιστολές και στα σωματεία. Με λύπη μου λέγω ότι ήρθε μια νύχτα το Μάρκετ και το Πέρμιχαν, μπορώ να πω, ήρθε περισσότερες φορές.
Λόγω αποστάσεων.
Ναι. Είναι ευπρόσδεκτοι και λαμβάνουν μέρος σε όλες τις συνεδριάσεις. Δεν χρειάζονται εκλογή. Υποψήφοι για τη γραμματεία. Κατά αλφαβητική σειρά βέβαια. Αγαθού Μάικολ. Ανδρονίκου Λάκης. Απολογείται, δεν είναι εδώ, δικαιούται όμως να είναι υποψήφιος. Ανδρονίκου Νίκος. Χαραλάμπους Πάμπος. Χαραλάμπους Ιωάννης. Χειμώνας Ανδρέας. Κωνσταντινίδης Σούζη. Κωνσταντίνου Νικόλας. Κωνσταντίνου Νικόλας. Και αυτός απολογείται. Έλληνας Μιχάλης. Γιατί Μιχάλης και όχι Μάικολ? Ζήτησες εσύ? Ηρακλέους Πανίκος. Γεωργίου Ανδρέας. Γεωργίου Κώστας. Κώστας Γεωργίου. Γρηγορίου Ανδρέας. Χαρμαντά Κάτια. Ιωάννου Παναγιώτης. Στάθου. Stand up, please. Εξαρτάται πώς μπορεί να το πάρει κανένας. Θα το δουν πάνω στο ψηφοδέλτιο ο καθένας. Καραολής Χρήστος. Καραολής Μέρη. Καρσεράς Ανδρέας. Κασής Μιχάλης. Κουμέτου Νίνος. Κούβαρος Ιωάννης. Κούβαρος Μένικος. Μαύρου Βασίλειος απολογείται, είναι στην Κύπρο. Μιχαηλίδης Γιώργος. Μιχαηλίδης Στέλιος. Νικολάου Εβούλα. Νικολάου Νεόφυτος. Παλατζίδου Ελένη. Παπαευρυπίδης Ανδρέας. Παυλίδης Σάβας. Σακάς Κώστας. Θεοδούλου Τζόρτζ. Βόρου Τόνης. Γιακουμής Παναγιώτης. Γιακουμή Μιχαήλ. Έκα. Ζαχαριάδης Τάσος. Αυτοί είναι οι 36 υποψήφοι.
The results are 55 people voted. None of the votes were invalid. And the results are as follows from highest to lowest. Garaoulis Christos, 54 votes. Suzy Gostandinidis, 53. Ninos Goumetou, 52. Bambos Charalambous, 50. Mary Garaoulis, 50. Neophytos Nikolaou, 50. Andreas Babavridis, 47. Tony Vourou, 47. Kostas Georgiou, 46. Michael Yagoumi, 46. Mihalis Kashis, 45. Evula Nikolaou, 45. George Michaelidis, 44. Andreas Grigoriou, 43. Katia Harmanda, 43. Michalis Ellinas, 42. Andreas Georgiou, 42. Savas Pavlidis, 42. George Theodoulou, 42. Dassos Zahariadis, 40. Menikos Gouvaros, 39. Nikos Andronikou, 38. Vasilis Mavrou, 37. Eleni Balazidou, 37. Kostas Sakas, 37. Panikos Eragleous, 36. Michael Agathou, 35. Andreas Himonas, 34. Yannis Kouvaros, 34. Panayotis Yagoumi, 32. The following were not elected: Andreas Garceras, Lagis Andronikou, Nikolas Konstantinou, Panayotis Ioannou, Ioannis Haralambous, and Stelios Michailidis.
Δεν έχει άλλο υποψήφιο για την Προεδρία, έχουμε μόνο τον Χρήστον Καραουλή. Συνεπώς, εκλέγεται αυτό.
Ένα λεπτό. Μιχάλης Έλληνας, δευτερώνεται.
Ναι. Καλά, ρε. Πρέπει να κάνουμε κομμάκια.
Πρέπει να δεχτεί κιόλας. Πρέπει να δεχτεί και πρέπει να
στηρίξουμε. Μιχάλης Έλληνας. Δευτερώνεται. Άλλος. Πάπος Χαραλάμπου. Δευτερώνεται. Τρίτος. Ανδρέας Παπαευρυπίδης. Δευτερώνεται. Άλλες υποψηφιότητες. Έχεις? Όχι. Λοιπόν, ομόφωνα εκλέγονται και οι τρεις. Ορίστε.
Πρέπει να τον εισηγηθούν.
Με τι έχει, δεχούνται. Για να με δεκτούσουν. Λοιπόν, πάμε για γραμματέα. Υποψηφιότητα για γραμματέα. Μιχάλης Καζίτς. Δευτερώνεται. Δευτερώνεται. Άλλη υποψηφιότητα. Όχι, όχι. Δεν τέλειωσε με το γραμματέα. Υπάρχει άλλη υποψηφιότητα για τον γραμματέας. Ομόφωνα. Ναι, προχωρούμε. Ταμείας. The one and only είπαμε μας, πράγματι. The one and only. Όχι, είναι και έτσι, το δεν αποδέχουμε έναν του της. Να πω εγώ ύστερα. Λοιπόν, ο Νίνος ο Κουμέτ. Υπάρχουν άλλες προτάσεις. Αφού στους άλλους δεν τους ερωτήσω. Λοιπόν, δέχεται, να τον εκλέξω. Άξιος. Λοιπόν, εκλέγεται. Κανένας διαφωνία, έτσι. Προχωρούμε. Ταμείας. Όλοι το εκλέξαν. Λοιπόν, τελειώσαμε, έχουμε έναν 3 αντιπρόεδρους, τους εκλέγουμε τους.
Αν θέλει να ξαναδοκιμάσουμε από την αρχή, να αλλάξουμε.
Λοιπόν, τελειώσαμε με την εκλογή των αξιωματούχων. Τελειώσαμε. Λοιπόν, τι άλλον έχουμε.
Η γραμματεία να έρθει εδώ για μια φωτογραφία.